Hello, everyone. I am CA Pooja Dharia, and with me is Neel Shah, All India Rank 3 CA Foundation September 2025 exams. Neel, hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you. So, the reason why Neil is on video call with us is because he's based out of Dubai and he chose to do chartered accountancy remotely from there and he enrolled with us for this. So, that is why we don't have him in person here. वरना नील यहाँ पे हम बहुत अच्छा celebration करते हैं if you are a student of one of our offline centers. तो हम यहाँ पे आपको इनवाइट करते हैं बकायदा आपका पूरा सेलिब्रेशन करते हैं सारे बच्चों के साथ बट कोई नहीं आप वहां पे हो हम ऐसे सेलिब्रेट करेंगे सो सबसे पहले वी वांट टू नो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन द हाउस व्हाट इज द माहौल क्या है घर में एंड हाउ डू यू फील
ऑब्वियसली मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी एंड माहौल भी घर पे मतलब बहुत एक एक एनर्जेटिक माहौल है। एवरीवन सो हैप्पी एंड मेरे मम्मी पापा का भी लाइक इफ यू सी देयर रिएक्शन दे आर एक्सट्रीमली हैप्पी, दे आर एक्सट्रीमली प्राउड ऑफ दिस एंड या ऑब्वियसली एवरीवनस टेक्सटिंग मी दैट ये it's a really good achievement and they are congratulating me and yeah it's a good environment here.
you seem pretty normal after receiving all india rank 3 that's weird for me
I mean, that's because I didn't really expect कि I'll get a rank or anything. मैं सिर्फ इतना expect किया था कि पास हो जाऊंगा.
really you never aimed for it also
No, like obviously when you're for example attempting an exam कि आप सोचते हो कि अच्छा मतलब एक अच्छा स्कोर लाना है. I obviously aim for getting 325 350 approximately that much कि मैं कोशिश कर रहा था. when I'm obviously studying I tried, I study in that way. I remember everything. तो ऐसे मैंने practice की and I tried, but I never thought after the exam I didn't think that in law I would be able to score good enough to get a good grade.
true very true I think you have resonated what practically every CA फाउंडेशन स्टूडेंट फील्स एंड दैट इज कि एक बार लॉ का एग्जाम आप लिख लो तो वो अपने आप थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन हो जाता है दैट आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू स्कोर एंड नाउ इवन दो बिफोर द एग्जाम आई वाज विशिंग आई विल गेट 300 plus but after writing the law exam I'll be happy if I pass so yeah I think the students
Yeah.
who are watching you today can resonate what you felt and I think then this must have been a pleasant surprise for you that you were expecting to pass and you've got all India rank 3, which is a feat very few people are able to achieve. So I'm sure you worked really hard to be where you are today. And we are all just very happy for you. We are very proud of you also because there are a number of students who appear for these exams and you must have seen the result only about 14 or 15% have been able to actually get through and to achieve a result of this kind in a tough result like this I think it's commendable what you've been able to achieve it's commendable how you have prepared yourself so well that irrespective of the exam irrespective of the result this is where we are so congratulations to you on that
Thank you.
for the benefit of everyone who's watching us today मैं बता दूं that Neil's father is also a chartered accountant and I'm happy to see that Neil is following in his footsteps he's also on a chartered accountancy path he's already started with that journey and I mean the start has been extremely well so we can only imagine what's in store for you and luckily for us, we also had the opportunity to teach Neil's dad, who studied with us back in 94, 95. He was a student of our chairman, our founder, Professor JK Shah, and he learned costing from him. So, Neil, first of all, I would personally want to know what motivated you to choose the CA course because you're based in Dubai, you have a number of options, and I'm sure your dad has a good influence on you because you're already on this path. You've also chosen to learn with us, which is a second generation for us, and we are very happy to see this kind of faith being reposed in us after so many years and just want to know what motivated you to do the CA course, and I would also like to know about your journey and your dad's journey with us, and why JK Shah.
Yeah, so about what motivated me, मैं मेरे पापा obviously as you said he's also CA, तो एक अंदर से रहता है पापा CA है, तो CA एक अच्छा ही कोर्स है तो कर लेते हैं, and even my dad's brother is a CA. Even my dad's brother's son is also a CA, and he's also studying with JK Shah. He just cleared his inter. So I also,
Wow.
that's why I chose JK Shah, that he also did it. So I'll also go on with JK Shah
So
only.
the whole family is here.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. So इसीलिए मैं motivated भी हुआ CA करने के लिए, and CA has a decent value over here, even in Gulf over here, कि
Yeah,
job market में CA की बहुत value होती है. So
correct.
that's why overall these all factors affected me, and I'm like, okay, CA करते हैं.
Thank you so much. I mean, the fact that so many from your family have chosen this course and then chosen to learn with us for this course. We're really grateful to people like you, Neil, who repose this faith in us, repose this trust in us, to trust us with their education of their professional course. It's a big deal. For you also, for us also, it's a professional course for you, and for us to have this opportunity to be able to teach these many people from your family. Thank you so much for having that trust in us. Thank you so much on behalf of the entire team of JK Shah Classes. Coming to my next question. So, generally, what we see amongst the students over here is that they find it difficult to kind of balance. They have college going on, they have some personal commitments also going on. So do you have any suggestions, or if you could talk about how did you balance what is your college timing, or how did you manage personal commitments along with preparing for a course like this, and this is the first professional exam of your life. So
Yeah.
could you throw some light on that for all the students who are watching you today?
Uh, yeah, so about कि college actually मेरा शुरू नहीं हुआ था. It started only after just the day I finished my exams. The next day my college actually started. So I didn't really have much of a problem in balancing college and studies. But yeah, मैंने शुरू किया था in April. In April my classes had started
Hmm.
for foundation.
Foundation,
तो
yeah.
तब से yeah, obviously there are some stuff like कि दोस्तों के साथ जब मेरा बोर्ड का रिजल्ट आया तब भी बाहर गया and all of that, तो तब मेरे क्लासेस भी मिस हुए, and so I had to balance that as well, and many other things also I was doing. So I was trying to balance all of that. तो मेन चीज ये है कि you focus on what you're trying to study, not like, it's basically like you focus on form or like substance over form. It's like that कि मतलब मैंने समझो कि इको में फॉर एग्जांपल सर ने हमें पढ़ाया ये चीज, तो
Hmm.
दूसरे लोग फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने एक को पूछा कि तूने क्या किया, तो उसने बोला मैंने वो पूरा याद किया. देन आई एम लाइक कि इको का तो एमसीक्यू का एग्जाम है, सो आई फोकस मोर ऑन एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चंस दैट कैन कम, नॉट रादर रिमेम्बरिंग द होल थिंग. सो इस तरह
Correct.
से आई कुड इजीली बैलेंस देम कि मेरे को पढ़ना ही कम है बिकॉज
Hmm.
इको का एमसीक्यू एग्जाम है, तो व्हाई डू आई गिव मोर फोकस ऑन स्टडिंग लाइक लर्निंग दैट बाय हार्टिंग दैट.
Hmm.
सो या
Hmm.
दैट्स हाउ आई
Hmm.
बैलेंस्ड इट कि जो चीज पढ़नी है उसको ही कम कर दो ना, rather than trying to cover everything.
Correct. But in the bargain, did you like skip any parts of syllabus, or you were well versed with everything?
I didn't skip anything in syllabus. Obviously, just before the exam, you have only 1.5 days. So that time I focused more on those topics which I thought कि आ सकता है, ज़्यादा आ सकता है, ज़्यादा
Hmm.
weightage के लिए आ सकता है.
Hmm. Hmm.
But overall, when I studied for it normally, तब मैंने कोई topic skip नहीं किया था.
स्किप नहीं किया. सो स्टूडेंट्स, ऑल ऑफ यू हु आर वाचिंग हिम टुडे, प्लीज नोट, आप जब हमको पूछने आते हो कि मैम ये स्किप कर सकते हैं, इसका ट्रेंड एनालिसिस ये बताता है कि ये 5 या 7 मार्क्स से ज्यादा नहीं आएगा. पढ़ना तो सबको है, पढ़ना सब कुछ भी है. आप रिवाइज नहीं कर पाओ लास्ट डे पे, दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग, बट यू शुड not skip anything at the learning stage, because you never know what question may come up in the main exam. And you are hearing it now from Neil also, that you don't get to skip any part of syllabus. You've got to learn it. You may not have the time to revise it, but I think it plays a crucial role in your overall result, because अंदर से एक confidence आता है that I have studied 100% and I have done last में I have done more relevant kind of studying, smart work, rather than just going for everything. So I think that's a good insight coming from you, Neil. Coming to my next question, a lot of times what happens is, because this is the first professional exam of a student's life, it gets difficult for them to keep it on track, so to speak. There's a constant feeling that, will I be able to do this? Will I be able to give this kind of an exam? There's a misconception that एग्जाम्स बहुत ही ज्यादा टफ है. रिजल्ट आई अग्री थोड़े टफ रिजल्ट्स होते हैं, बट एग्जाम बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है, ये बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है. सो we of course try and motivate students as much as we can. We are in constant touch with them. We keep guidance seminars also, but there is also another aspect to it, where there are people other than the people that you learn from who also play a crucial role to getting you where you are. These are the people who stand with you as pillars in your journey, and who help you keep you on track. So, who would those people be for you, who kind of motivated you, who helped you stay on your track? If you could throw some light on that.
So basically, I have many people in mind. It's not one specific person. You have many sources of motivation. For example, मेरे पापा सीए थे, उन्होंने बोला कुछ भी हेल्प चाहिए, you come to me, you ask me the question. भले ही मैंने बहुत साल पहले किया, you can ask me right now. I can try to give you my best like help. Also, JK Shah, जो है उसमें भी there are many doubt solving sessions, paper discussion sessions. तो उसमें भी एक मोटिवेशन मिलता है कि हाँ ये ऐसे है, आंसर ऐसे लिखना है कि, and then you have to be able to do this in the exam within those 3 hours. तो एक ऐसा रहता है कि अरे ये करना है तो I have to focus on that, and ऐसा रहता है कि हाँ I'm motivated to do that. And there are also other people, like मेरा एक दोस्त था जिसने भी यहीं से दुबई से ही सीए किया, एंड मतलब उसने भी एग्जाम यहाँ दुबई के सेंटर से लिखी. So he also, like we were also sort of studying together at the end, and कि एक उसको जो क्वेश्चन मिला, एक टफ क्वेश्चन मिला, उसने मुझे भेजा, मैंने मेरे क्वेश्चंस उसको भेजे कि जो भी मुझे मिला. एंड या सो बेसिकली दैट आल्सो मोटिवेट्स यू कि भी दोस्त भी कर रहा है, हम भी कर रहे हैं, साथ में कर रहे हैं. सो yeah, those are sources of motivation. Also, I talked with Janet sir as well. He gave me good advice and good guidance. How to go about CA, because he himself was a ranker back in his time. So yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I think you categorized it really well, where it starts with family, where your parents, of course, I think parents play the biggest role in a student's journey, because you're practically living with them. They see you day in and day out when we don't, right? So they play the biggest role of motivating, and to have that kind of confidence coming from your dad that, beta, main hoon. If you have anything, if you need anything, just come to me, I will help you. That's a great source of motivation. Then comes to friends, where you had a friend who you were appearing with, so you don't feel like, okay, I'm in this alone. You have someone who's giving the same exam with you, probably in the same center as you, so that's also quite helpful. And then talking about Jinit, of course. So for the benefit of all our viewers, he's talking about Mr. Jinit Dharia, who was also an alumni of JK Shah classes, and he was a ranker back in his time. So yes, to be able to have guidance from a person like that also, what did he do to secure a rank, and then it helps you in turn to secure a rank. I think that life comes a full circle when you have people of all these categories come and really help you. So yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Coming to a couple of questions that students have. So निखिल, क्या होता है कि हमारे पास जो सारे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, वो अलग अलग टाइम पे अलग अलग जगह से हमें कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछते रहते हैं, विच इन टर्न इज गोइंग टू हेल्प देम इन देयर एग्जाम्स, देयर preparation. So now I will be focusing on questions that we have received from students in our experience with them, and if you are able to say something to them on that, तो उनको थोड़ा help हो जाएगा. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So first question: what was the most challenging subject or topic, and how did you overcome that difficulty?
ये तो मतलब पूछने का क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है, because most challenging one was law. Everyone knows it, and everyone faces a difficulty in that. But yes, about overcoming it, that's that's very important because सब लोग बोलते हैं लॉ में यार पूरा याद करना है, एक पूरा एक बुक है हमारे पास एंड आई हैव टू रिमेम्बर एवरीथिंग सेक्शन सब सेक्शन वो सब। सो अबाउट दैट कि ओवरकम करने के लिए पहली बात तो हम जब सीख रहे थे तब एक दो बार हमारे सर ने भी बोला कि राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस इज मस्ट, वो करना ही है। सो आई रोट दोज थिंग्स व्हिच आई हैव टू लर्न कि ये याद करना है, लिख के याद करता हूँ। एंड दैट हेल्प मी ओवरकम इट एंड आई रेड इट मेनी टाइम्स। लाइक एक चीज को मैंने शायद 5-6 बार रीड की होगी। लाइक व्हेन आई एम रीडिंग इटसेल्फ मैं एक बार रीड नहीं करता, मैं 2 बार रीड करता हूँ। Like when I'm reading it the chapter for the first time, so that helps me कि एक बार रीड किया अच्छा, दूसरी बार रीड किया ओ ये है एक्चुअली में, बिकॉज पहली बार रीडिंग में कभी कभार यू मिस अ पॉइंट।
Correct.
सो या सो दैट हेल्प्स मी कि ओवरकम इट कि हाँ कि ये है। एंड देन आई रोट इट वंस कि अच्छा ऐसा लिखने वक्त ऐसा लिखता है, मतलब ऐसा लिखना पड़ता है कि
Hmm.
यू नो according to this section, this act, all of that. When you're writing it when you write it you feel like ये तो थोड़ा डिफरेंट है, जब मैंने याद किया था तब थोड़ा डिफरेंट था, अभी जब लिख रहा हूँ तब थोड़ा डिफरेंट है। So obviously that all makes a difference, and that's how I overcome law writing and reading.
I think you nailed it with this point, Neil, because this is exactly what the students face. Where unko up, if you ask them orally, they're able to tell you points कि हमने इसमें ये सारे points पढ़े, इसके जवाब में ये question के जवाब में ये सारे points cover होने चाहिए. But when they actually put pen to paper and when they try to draft it as a legal answer which is required by the institute, वहां पे वो काफी बार falter कर जाता है. So I think this is where your preparation uh, is on the right track, where first you've spent enough time in reading all the provisions. 2 to 5 reads for every page, every chapter takes a lot of effort on your end first, and then to kind of shut the book, try to write it on paper, and then realize, okay, this is what I've studied and this is what I'm able to write on paper, so this is where I need to improve. मैंने शायद ये पॉइंट मिस कर दिया, मुझे ये सेक्शन नंबर याद नहीं रह रहा है. That must have really helped you in your law exam. And even after that, for the benefit of all students viewing us today, even after doing that much effort in law, if you just rewind this video to the initial moments where Neil said that after writing the law paper I felt I'll be happy if I pass this exam. So you can imagine, yes, law is a Waterloo subject for almost all CA foundation students, and it has nothing to do with the subject itself. It's just because you are learning this subject for the first time in your life. बाकी के जो सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं आपको थोड़ा बहुत उसका इंट्रोडक्शन पहले से हो चुका है, आप अकाउंट्स पहले से पढ़ते हो, आप मैथ्स पहले से पढ़ते हो, आप इकोनॉमिक्स भी पहले से पढ़ते हो. लॉ इज द ओनली सब्जेक्ट which is coming into your life for the first time, and you have lesser time to react to it, lesser time to first understand it, then remember it, then learn to produce it on paper, and then you're writing a paper on it. So it is only because your time to react to that subject is less that you feel lesser confident. But this is the kind of effort that we talk about, where we constantly guide you that for law you need to do multiple readings, so that you don't your brain does not think of it as a novel where you're just reading and you don't have to retain anything. You have to go on reading it so it is imprinted in your mind, and then you have to check whether you are able to write it on paper or not, and where you're faltering. And all this effort is at the time of learning it for the first time, because based on that your revision will come, based on that your main exam will come. So yes, this is a very very good insight coming from person who's done it, been there, and has secured all India rank 3. So please take it seriously and start dealing with law in a similar manner, especially for the students who are going to appear in May 2026. Neil, can I go to the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What is the one mistake that we as students should avoid? Anything from your personal experience, if you can say.
Yeah, so there is one mistake. I myself made that multiple times. And yeah, so that is procrastination. कि कल कर लेते हैं ना. That is one thing I have done it. I've done it for CA Foundation itself कि मैंने लॉ का मैंने फॉर एग्जांपल एक चीज ली मैंने, हो नहीं रही थी. हम लाइक ठीक है एक काम करता हूँ, अभी के लिए थोड़ा रेस्ट कर लेता हूँ, फिर दूसरा सब्जेक्ट लेता हूँ, ये कल कर लूंगा. सो आई डिलीट दैट अ लॉट एंड फिर मैंने अगस्त में रियलाइज किया मैंने अब तक तो कुछ किया ही नहीं है. एंड आई एम लाइक, यार आई हैव टू डू इट. सो दैट इज वन थिंग कि अगर मैं मई में अगर ये सोचा होता कि करना तो है, अगस्त में करूं या अभी करूं, इट इज बेटर दैट आई डू इट नाउ. सो अगर मैंने वैसा सोचा होता देन मे बी आई वुड हैव डन इवन बेटर. सो दैट इज वन मिस्टेक. इवन नाउ आई एम मेकिंग इट इन इंटर, आई थिंक, कि अभी भी मैं सोच रहा हूँ, हाँ कर रहा हूँ, मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा कर रहा हूँ. बट
Hmm.
इफ आई फोकस मोर नाउ देन आई विल बी एबल टू बैलेंस इट लेटर, कि बाद में मेरे को नेक्स्ट सितंबर में दे रहा हूँ तो नेक्स्ट अगस्त में मेरे को उतना टेंशन नहीं होगा.
Correct.
So that is one mistake even I'm making now, but you can't eliminate it, but you have to control it. कि
Hmm.
अभी करना है, keep your mind to it, कि आज करना है, मतलब करना है, try करना है जितना हो सके. So yeah,
Correct.
that is one of the biggest mistakes people make.
Correct. So don't expect unrealistic things from yourself, but at the same time, you should also. I'll just start this again. So, yeah, I think don't expect too much from yourself. Unrealistic expectation nahi rakhna hai, but at the same time, do not procrastinate because May mein karo ya August mein karo, karna to khud hi hai. You
हाँ.
know, might as well you do it earlier. That's great. Correct. Coming to the next question, what did you do to handle stress or burnout?
Okay, about the stress or burnout part now, I actually live here. यहाँ पे मेरे साइड में बास्केटबॉल कोर्ट है, एंड आई लव प्लेइंग बास्केटबॉल. तो वो मेरी मेन चीज थी कि ऑलमोस्ट एवरी इवनिंग, even during exam, the day before the exam also, I went over there and played over there, not for like 2 hours 3 hours, but half an hour at least I went and played. ताकि because when I play basketball मैं भूल जाता हूँ कि मैं क्या कर रहा था. जब फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम मे बी गोइंग एंड वॉचिंग रील्स, तभी याद रहता है कि हाँ कल एग्जाम है. बट व्हेन टाइम वेंट टू प्ले बास्केटबॉल मैं भूल गया था एक सेकंड के लिए, एंड दैट एक्चुअली हेल्प्स यू टू रिलीव स्ट्रेस. कि तेरे को पता ही नहीं है कि तू कल एग्जाम लिख रहा है, यू आर जस्ट प्लेइंग, यू आर जस्ट एंजॉयिंग योरसेल्फ, एंड व्हेन यू कम बैक यू आर लाइक, या नाउ मोर फ्रेश, आई डिडंट इवन नो व्हाट आई वाज डूइंग, नाउ नाउ अभी हाँ ये करना है. सो
Hmm.
आई फेल्ट लाइक मोर फोकस्ड, फॉर मोर एनर्जाइज्ड. सो दैट इज वन थिंग कि सब सोचते हैं कि एग्जाम के पहले भाई पूरा पढ़ना ही है हमें, यू आर फोकस. But that doesn't work for everyone. For some
Correct.
people, you need to, get yourself out of your stress.
Correct.
And yeah, that's what I did.
Correct. I think you're absolutely right with that. We all of us need to find that one thing that has the ability to calm us down and to
Yeah.
kind of reset the whole mindset. And I think that's exactly what basketball did to you, where it gave you a break, and when you came back, you were so refreshed that now you can start again from like zero,
Yeah.
which in most cases people actually one day before the exam they burn out, they're not able to revise as much, they're not able to do as much. And and that is why finding something that really calms you, that pulls all your nerves together, is important, and that is exactly what you did. So students, please, there's a misconception with CA एग्जाम्स की. ये माना जाता है हमारे जो हॉबीज वगैरह है, हमें जो चीजें अच्छी लगती है क्रिएटिवली करने में, उन चीजों के लिए हमारे पास वक्त नहीं होगा. बिल्कुल नहीं, आपके पास वक्त होगा. इनफैक्ट यू शुड फाइंड टाइम, यू शुड मेक टाइम टू डू things that genuinely bring happiness to you, because they have a way of uh, making you calm if you are not inherently so, and that really helps you in your prep as well as one day before exam. So thanks so much for sharing that, Neil. And one last question from students, uh, and then I will go to my final two questions. One last question from students. You were studying remotely, so this is for all. ये उन students से है जो remotely पढ़ते हैं खुद, and who are not part of any of our offline centers. Since you are running studying remotely, and in your case which is from Dubai, which has a time difference also as compared to
Yeah.
India, so how did you manage that? How did you keep yourself on track, and how did our style, JKC style of teaching, doubt solving, tests, etc., help you and be a part of your journey?
Okay, so about this remotely part, यहाँ पे obviously I didn't have any option but to choose online classes, because यहाँ पे कोई center नहीं है. I thought it's better to do it online, because यहाँ पे traveling में भी शायद ज़्यादा time चला जाएगा.
Hmm.
So I online में it's actually really hard to keep up at times because
Correct.
यहाँ पे टाइम डिफरेंस में, वहाँ पे अगर 7 बजे का क्लास है, यहाँ पे 5:30 का होता है। मैं सोता ही 1 बजे हूँ, 5:30 को उठूँ कैसे? सो समटाइम्स आई एक्चुअली स्किप दोज क्लासेस एंड आई वॉच द रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स लेटर। कि
Hmm.
मतलब what you do is you don't try to push yourself कि हाँ 1 बजे सो के 5:30 बजे उठना है, करना है क्लास, उसके बाद पढ़ना है। You don't need to always do that। कि
Hmm.
मैंने आई डोंट थिंक सो आई अटेंडेड एनी क्लास व्हिच वाज 5:30। आई ऑलवेज वॉच द रिकॉर्ड लेक्चर। की ऑप्शन है रिकॉर्ड लेक्चर देखने का, यू कैन वॉच इट। इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट, ऑब्वियसली देयर इज अ नेक्स्ट सेशन, यू कैन आस्क सर। Sirs are always ready and they'll answer your doubts. So
Correct.
yeah, so मैंने ऐसे किया। And about the test series and the problems that they gave in class and the book,
Doubt
actually I
solving.
felt the book, yeah, the doubt solving as well as the books that JKSE gave, those books are actually really great because they combine everything. And so मैंने about the test series also, I wrote most of the tests। एक आध शायद मिस हुआ होगा, but I wrote everything else। And I made sure कि each test में जो भी marks आए, I looked into that। कई बार हम लोग ये करते हैं कि हम लोग सिर्फ टेस्ट देते हैं, फिर मार्क आया, इतना क्यों आया? आई लुक्ड इनटू इट कि व्हाई माय मार्क्स वर कट, एंड दैट इज वन
Hmm.
ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स। जा कहाँ रहा है? अगर मैं लिख रहा हूँ, मेरे को लग रहा है कि मैंने अच्छा लिखा है, then why am I not getting that mark? So
Hmm.
that is another thing। And yeah, overall I just made sure that I managed कि यहाँ पे दुबई में भी मैं कर पाऊँ। एंड आई मेड श्योर कि मैं खुद ट्रैक पे चल रहा हूँ। कि जहाँ पे जेकेएससी का यहाँ पे अगर फॉर एग्जांपल अगस्त में उन्होंने टेस्ट सीरीज पूरी की थी कि हाफ एग्जाम्स एंड देन फुल एग्जाम्स, सो आई मेड श्योर कि मैं ट्रैक पे रहूँ। एंड जस्ट बिफोर फॉर एग्जांपल एक एग्जाम था मेरा 6th को, फिर 8th को, 10th को, 12th को। सो आई टुक दैट एज आई एम राइटिंग द एक्चुअल एग्जाम। मैंने पूरा एक पेपर लिया,
Correct.
प्रॉपर ब्लैक पेन से ही लिखा, एंड आई मेड श्योर आई रोट इट एग्जैक्टली हाउ आई वांट टू राइट इन द एग्जाम। सो आई
Hmm.
मेड श्योर कि हाँ आई गो हाउ इट्स गोइंग ओवर देयर इन इंडिया।
Wow, I think there's a lot of inspiration for all the students viewing you today. It's really, if I put myself in your position, I can understand exactly what you're trying to say, because we have a lot of 7 a.m. lectures for students, and for you that's 5:30. It's not going to be possible, but to find that intent in your heart that if I have missed this live lecture, I am going to watch the recorded no matter what, and to watch it before the next lecture, because उसमें तो सवाल पूछने हैं, उसमें डाउट पूछने हैं, वो पूछेंगे नहीं तो उसके आगे का कैसे समझेगा? To have that intent and to have that fire that I want to do this and to stay on track, I think is commendable on your part, Neil. And hence, all of us over here are so not just happy but so proud that you have been able to do it with a time difference, trying to attend live online as much as possible. If not possible, you have kept on track, you have finished your syllabus on time, even with the recorded backup. And most important insight for all students that are viewing this interview today, please go back, rewind this interview where he said he has probably missed one test out of all the tests that we conducted. Irrespective of how prepared you are or how prepared you are not, irrespective of what you score, take it from the person who has been there, done that, achieved something. It is going to help you immensely. It actually shows you a mirror as to हमने जो पढ़ाई की है क्या वो सही से की है या वो नहीं की है. Do we need to go back and do we need to read something again? Do we need to check our concepts again? Let me see what I'm able to score. And also, Neil, I'd like to commend you on the fact कि अगर कोई बार कम मार्क्स भी आए, but to not take it personally, instead to take it as feedback, that okay, I probably need to know मेरी गलती कहाँ पे हो गई. बहुत सारे लोग, including myself when I was on that side of the journey, including myself, I was not able to do that too. And so I can understand when students are not able to take that feedback कि हमको कम मार्क्स नहीं देखने हमारे टेस्ट में, but to be able to take that as feedback, I think has made all the difference. And that is why today you are sitting with all India rank 3 at foundation, and that says a lot about the attitude that is required for appearing in exams of this kind. I think the student questions have ended as of now, and we are very happy you've been able to share some good insights for all the students who are appearing in Jan, and more importantly in May, especially when it comes to changing the way in which a subject is approached. So, thank you so much for taking out the time and for doing this interview with us. We are very, very grateful, and we are Thankful to you once again for trusting us with your CA foundation, your CA journey now, so to speak. And just one last question before we end today's interview, and that is any parting thoughts, any suggestions, any advice for all the students who are viewing you today and who are going to appear in Jan and May?
So about the advice part, I think I have covered many things while I was answering the questions, but there are a couple of things which I would like to address even now. That एक कि is not that it's hard. Like मैंने ये भी एक सर थे धवल सर, उन्होंने बोला था, and I actually feel he was absolutely right there. It's not that CA is hard. The quantity is the thing. कि
Yeah.
बहुत सारा portion है. It's not that the things are tough. जब मैं इको और मैथ्स का मतलब जब एग्जाम लिख रहा था एक्चुअल में, तब मुझे लगा कि ये चीज अगर मैंने एक दो क्वेश्चन मुझे नहीं आते थे उसमें,
Hmm.
तो ये चीज अगर मैंने पढ़ी होती तब एग्जाम के जस्ट पहले तो मुझे याद रहती. इट वॉजंट हार्ड. इट वॉज दैट मैंने वो लास्ट मिनट पे पढ़ा नहीं था तो मेरे को याद नहीं था सही से. So
Correct.
it is not that it is tough. It is that it is a lot. So you
Hmm.
have to manage you have to focus on covering the lot instead of focusing on कि ये अगर ये बहुत मुश्किल क्वेश्चन आ गया तो मैं क्या करूंगा. एक आध मुश्किल क्वेश्चन आता है and you have to give your best for that, but what you focus is on trying to cover those easy questions as well. कई
Hmm.
बार लोग हार्ड क्वेश्चंस करने में इजी क्वेश्चंस भूल जाते हैं कि ये कैसे करना है, ये तो भूल के अरे ये तो इजी था. सो दैट इज वन थिंग दैट आई आल्सो मेड अ मिस्टेक. एंड उसमें मैंने लॉ में शायद उसमें थोड़े मार्क्स गवाए हैं मैंने इन दिस एग्जाम इटसेल्फ. सो yeah, that is one thing. And yeah, another thing was that ki, as I said, procrastination एक problem है, but there is always a solution for every problem. कि उसमें you have to focus that कि आज मुझे करना है, ये करना है, ये आज नहीं किया तो कल करना पड़ेगा, कल नहीं किया तो परसों करना पड़ेगा. I know it's hard, but I have to do it. So
Hmm.
मैंने ये mindset रखा, and this mindset didn't come to me in May, as I said. August में आया. Even if it was late, I wasn't like अब तो अगस्त हो गया, सितंबर का छोड़ दूं, जनवरी करूं. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं सोचा मैंने सोचा अभी भी टाइम है, एक महीना है मेरे पास. आई फोकस, आई डू इट राइट नाउ. हो जाएगा मेरा, देखते हैं सितंबर में क्या होता है, बट आई ट्राई माई बेस्ट राइट नाउ. दैट इज अनदर थिंग व्हिच आई मेड श्योर कि मैं फोकस से करूं.
Correct. Correct. I think this is great piece of advice for the students who are now going to appear and to have that kind of mental build that okay, एक महीना है तो क्या मुझसे जितना होगा उतना मैं करूंगा. I'll take it in my stride. Says a lot about you as a person also, Neil. And thank you so much just for all the insights that you've been able to share today. Thank you for taking out the time for this interview, and just super, super, super congratulations to you and the entire family from the JK Shah family today.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. And thank you for all the students who've been watching the entire video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you.